Okay, so the Cleveland Browns are getting some love. And if you see the title of this, talking about how they have the perfect duo, that actually is kind of selling it short because it turns out they have not one, but two perfect duos when it comes to the NFL. PFF came out with an article that was titled The NFL's Best Duos at Every Position. In other words, we're really desperate for news this time of year. And, you have some of the usual suspects that you're going to see on there. But I thought there were some interesting ones. So I'm going to give you a few of the ones from around the league, but I'm going to focus on the Cleveland Browns because, again, you don't have one position, you have two. So as I'm reading through these, I want you to guess what positions you have the best duo in the NFL for, because I know you're scratching your heads right now. So, running back goes to the Packers. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. This is clearly a best duo, not best player, because I would argue that neither one of those guys are a top 10 running back. But AJ Dillon, I guess they think is the second best. I don't love this one. For the longest time, it was occupied by Chubb and Hunt, right? On this list. I love that one. I don't think AJ Dillon's that good. So we're not going to spend a lot of time because this isn't a Packers duel. This is where we want the Browns. At the wide receiver one, you got to know where this is going. It's the Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Yeah, like you're not going to get an argument from me there. Like I understand there's some good duos, there's some possibilities of good duos. Watching those guys play is just different. You can make an argument for Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. They might have the best receiving core in Cincinnati, but the best duo belongs to the Dolphins. And now we get to see our first Cleveland Browns duo. All right. It's with one guy David Njoku at tight end, and then your newly acquired Jordan Akins. All right, coming over from the Texans. So this is what it says. I'm going to read right from the article for you. Not too much because it's a paid description. So I'm not actually going to do this. Here's the thing. Not a lot of teams do multiple tight ends that are really, really good. I think you could have made an argument for the Patriots here with Gesicki and Henry if Gesicki even counts. But the Browns added Jordan Atkins from the Texans. So I'm going to give you some PFF grades with them. And Njoku put up a PFF grade of 73.7 with a 78.7 receiving grade and a 77 pass blocking grade while catching 58 passes. Akins put up similar numbers with a 72.4 PFF grade, 74 receiving, and they did well, had career high in catches and yards. They did good. Watson has a lot to work with. The dude has a lot of weapons. All right, offensive tackle. This one goes to the Philadelphia Eagles with Jordan Mailata. Sorry, brain's not working, tongue's not working. And of course, Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson's the best to do it in the business. This makes sense. They also have the best offensive line in the game as well. But they don't hold the top for the top guard duo, which belongs to your Browns, Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller. Now, this isn't bad. All right, they were one of only two different guard combos that both of them ranked in the top 20 in PFF. The other one was Tevin Jenkins and Nate Davis, but those guys didn't play enough snaps. Both Bitonio and Teller played over 900 snaps last year. Bitonio was dominant as per usual, finished second among guards in PFF rating. That's got to be good to hear. All right. Wyatt actually didn't have a great year by PFF, but he still managed to be 18 amongst guards with a PFF grade at 70.3. So that is your other perfect duos that you get to see from the Cleveland Browns. But if you want to hang around on this video, I'm going to talk about what happened on defense. Edge defender, they give it to the Eagles again with Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat. I'm not going to give too much of a fight on that one. I think there's different teams that you could make an argument for, but they have two guys that can both do it. There are definitely, like I said, better players at the positions. Not a lot, but other guys that can absolutely do it. When you go to the interior of the defensive line, you have the New York Football Giants, Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. These guys, I mean, they're good. Like I can't make a big argument. Lawrence broke out in big time this year. I mean, he had said that he was one of two guys ever to finish with a higher PFF grade than Aaron Donald in a season, since he entered in 2014, which tells you how stinking dominant Aaron Donald is. But it's really cool. So him and Chris Jones were the only two guys who have actually done it. Linebacker, San Francisco 49ers, no arguments from me here. Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, those dudes are solid. Solid. And they kind of run the defense there. That front seven is nasty in San Francisco. The cornerback I thought was interesting. I'll be interesting to see where this sits next year, because I think Seattle will possibly, after next year's over, going into the following year, I think it could be Seattle that could be there if Witherspoon pans out. But cornerbacks went to the New York Jets, Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed Jr. Sauce was nuts. He was just nuts. And Reed quietly had a great season. Like a great season. And he just didn't get a lot of the hype because Sauce Gardner on the opposite side of him was just so darn good. So that's what we're seeing. And then we rounded out with safety, Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams of the Baltimore Ravens. Hamilton, I wasn't super high on him coming out. I thought a lot of it was just kind of the Notre Dame hype. I was wrong, but also Baltimore is where people go to be successful. So he had a PFF grade of 87.6. He was really good. He was so good. So there you have it. There's all your stuff. Those are all your best duos in the NFL. Sometimes it's kind of fun to read articles like this and talk about it. And we want to just give some love to the Browns. All right. You are one of only, I believe, two teams that had two positions that were listed on there. Congratulations. I don't know if you're overwhelmed or underwhelmed with which two you had, but that's okay. So if you're new to the channel, this isn't our first channel. We have Sports Talk Detroit as well. We've been doing that for a couple years, but we love the NFL and we love teams that are in smaller media markets. So if you want to be on that, we can do a lot of Browns stuff here. We do a lot of other teams, but this one was featuring the Browns. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and you'll get some notifications when we do videos. And we'd love to have you join the Sports Talk Extra community. See you on the next one.